so long. Polo. Where is he on this? 14. Avino is missing. Dixon is there. Saccone is there. Kevin Nanzi is there. Andrew Polo, Jensen, Perazzi, D'Alessandro, and good guy.
And we're live on the LI Sports Network for another matchup of AAU hockey. This time it's the Stony Brook Seawolves taking on the Farmingdale State Rams. My second game here in just as many days alongside Wally Mitchell on camera. Wally always doing great work, of course. And as we get into this matchup, I really want to highlight how these teams have been performing over their last 5 games. For Stony Brook, of course, coming off the Battle of Long Island, a 7-3 victory against Hofstra, and they've won 4 of their last 5 games. Stony Brook has been on a little bit of a heater as of recent, while Farmingdale, well, they've lost 2 out of 5, tied another one 5-5 against Columbia. Of course, I was on the call for that. And Fairfield and Sacred Heart University were both wins for Farmingdale. So overall, I mean, it's exactly neutral. It's the most neutral last 5 games you could possibly get. Now, why does that matter? Why do I think that's worth pulling up? Well, that's mainly because last time these two teams met, Farmingdale State College blew out the Seawolves 10-4. That was on November 9th. So maybe with this momentum that the Seawolves have been building into this matchup, they can come away with a much, much more competitive score than 10-4. Gotta love when things end up rhyming on air. And also another thing that's changed since then, well, Michael Rocco. That's something that's changed since then. 7 points in his first 2 games as a Seawolf in the AAU division, of course. Formerly, Michael Rocco played for the ACHA Division I team. As I will hand it over to the PA announcer here in Syosset for the national anthem and the opening puck drop. Actually, we're just doing starting lineups right now, so I will continue to talk. Farmingdale scoring 5.3 goals per game. Stony Brook University scoring 4.9 goals against per game. The Seawolves give up 3.8. The Rams give up 3.6. Power play goals per game, a little bit in favor of Farmingdale. They average over a power play goal per game, while the Seawolves are a tad under that at 0.8. As they get into the Seawolves starting lineups as well. Starting a goaltender matchup, as always, here on the LI Sports Network. Nick Guadagno versus Luke Richardson. Those are your 2 starting goaltenders. And here's the national anthem. As we get ever closer to the puck drop here in Syosset. Taking a look at some more of these leaders for points and goals on both teams. Dixon leading the way for his Rams, 24 goals on the season so far. For Stony Brook, the current leader for now is Gerstein with 13, Brandon Gerstein. But in all fairness, Rocco might quickly overtake him in that category. Again, 5 goals in 2 games. For assists right now, Brendan Dixon once again leads his team with 21. Tyler Edmonds leads his team with 24. Brendan Dixon obviously leading his team in points with 45. Tyler Edmonds with 34. Penalty minutes, just a fun thing to throw in there. James Jensen with 80 penalty minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot of penalty minutes. So maybe Jensen will be in the box a couple more times tonight. We'll definitely keep the eye on that because the Seawolves, well, yesterday against Hofstra, they were quite dominant. I do have to mention Stony Brook going 3-0 in all 3 battles of Long Island as well. Myself, a Stony Brook student right now, couldn't be happier about that, but I have no bias in this matchup particularly. We are always neutral here on the LI Sports Network. Whether it's Farmingdale or Stony Brook, this game all means the same for me. We just want to put on a high-quality broadcast. As we start off on the near side, Berde trying to dig it out of a couple of skates, does get it forward to Dwan, plays it back into his own zone, and Berde will instantly get pressured, does cough up the puck. Farmingdale not with a shooting lane just yet. Played off the high glass and kept in on the near side. D'Alessandro trying to play it to the opposite side, broken up by the stick of Gerstein. Puck does come net front, and it is touched for the first time by Guadagno, making a save. An easier one for his first of the night. As that is how the first 36 seconds will go. We'll get a whistle and some line changes for both teams. Stony Brook will send out their number 1 line. Rocco on the face-off, will try to tap it forward, gets it to Edmonds. Edmonds giving it forward to Richardson, but that's broken up in the neutral zone. Of course, it's going to be important to watch out for the difference between Richardson, obviously the starting goalie for Farmingdale State. His name, first name that is, Luke Richardson. And for Stony Brook, theirs is Steven Richardson. So it might be Richardson scoring on Richardson at some point, as that shot will whistle wide to the right. Puck played around the boards from the far point for Farmingdale. They try to pinch it in down low. Seawolves respond with 3 members all piling up. Comes onto the stick of Edmonds. He taps it forward, but not clear just yet. Farmingdale keep up the pressure. Carry it ahead. Lavoie trying to get in on that. He gets tied up with Mancini. The puck gets shot, and it's stopped again by Guadagno. So Stony Brook will make a full 5 change. The Rams will answer by switching out their forward lineup. This time the face-off over to the left of Guadagno. Lynn will tie up and win it. Gets wrapped around the boards to the far side. Alissi there, can't play it out. The Rams doing a great job forechecking so far. Ferrazzi looks for the centering pass, broken up, and Lynn taps it ahead. Lynn with some speed up the left side now on the far hand. Looks for the centering pass, goes to the far side and tapped back the other way. The shot goes through the crease and wide to the left. Mancini joining the rush, will get down low. A Seawolf does get tripped up, but no call from the referees. More than likely incidental. That one's going to get called, though, and Farmingdale will get to the power play first. 18:06 left in the first, and we'll get our first taste of 5-on-4. So again, the player to keep your eye on, number 16, Brendan Dixon, leads his team in both goals and assists. Lining up on the far boards, it looks like. Face-off taken. The Rams will set up control. Dixon now coming over to the right circle. Puck played towards the slot, now at the blue line. Down low. Dixon has it. Dixon currently marked by Gerstein. Shot goes wide to the left, I believe after a save from Guadagno. From this angle, it almost looked like it dribbled in, but Stony Brook not going to let up the opening goal that quickly. Taken ahead now by the Rams. Past the blue line once more. Dixon, a shot blocked out in front. Looks for the loose puck, picks it up on the goal line. Dixon now wrapping around, centering pass, reaches the far circle. Farmingdale for the shot. That one caroms around the boards. Back to Dixon and said he's going to let it take the awkward hop. Does get it on the pass. Lynn tapping it aside. 1 minute left on this power play. A quick one-timer. Guadagno saw it. I don't think he needed to make the save as it goes around the boards and out of the zone. Back to Dixon quickly on the near point. Dixon walks past the blue line. Looks for the back pass and does complete it onto the tape of Ferrazzi, but Stony Brook find a nice clear. Tyler Edmonds hounding in the neutral zone. Can't cause a turnover on the back check now, maybe. Dixon strong on his stick, not going to allow Richardson to take it away either. Paratone with it. He controls. Edmonds hits him into the boards. Puck still does come forward anyways, up and in. D'Alessandro looks for the shot. D'Alessandro now to the loose puck at the blue line. Stony Brook chip it up and away. 20 seconds left on the power play. Great kill for the Seawolves so far. They get it in very deep and now can look to pinch in at the neutral zone. Space now, D'Alessandro up the right side. The drop pass and now around the boards to D'Alessandro again. He tries to tap it back Looks like to Jensen, but interrupted and skated out by Steven Richardson. Richardson will dump in, and that does it for the first power play. Stony Brook getting through it with very little fits. No tantrum there. Farmingdale looking to gain speed in the neutral zone. Broken up, and a blown tire on the opposite side. Not exactly what you want to see from Martin. Farmingdale looking to capitalize on the mistake from the Stony Brook defenseman. Martin now battling hard in the right wing boards. And it will be played away by Dwan and Sorkin. Back to Martin, off his skate, into the high slot. A dangerous opportunity for the Rams. Lavoie can't get it away from Dwan. Dwan will play it out, and Stony Brook almost have a breakaway, and now might actually have it. Quickly forward for Sorkin. He's in on net, looking for the backhand shovel. Can't get it. Pass out in front. A second shot taken wide over to the right. Stony Brook with their best opportunities of the game thus far, 5 minutes into the first period. On the near boards again. Martin in the neutral zone. Stony Brook trying to slow down the Rams. Almost offsides, but a hair on and a wrist shot, they score. Just like that, Farmingdale State find themselves on top. As we take a look at that on the replay. Guadagno just not ready for the heat, and it beats him straight up. So Stony Brook not exactly with the start they wanted. Obviously still plenty of time, and it's very early on to be really concerned yet if you are either side. Stony Brook still want to see how Rocco can match up against this team. Alissi will get it into the offensive end, allows Lynn to fly after it, gets held up at the end boards, and Farmingdale have a lane to clear. Might be held in on the near side, but it is cleared. Wadicka looks for the shot deflected out of play by Guadagno. 14:36 left to play in the first. Once again, the starting goaltenders for both sides, Nick Guadagno and Luke Richardson. Taking a look at these teams' most recent games again. I did highlight it in the pregame, but it's always worth a second look for anyone who's joining us live. Stony Brook is 4-1 in their last 5 contests, including a 7-3 victory yesterday against the Long Island, or in the Battle of Long Island, I should say, against the Hofstra Pride. For Farmingdale, they're coming off also a dominant victory against Sacred Heart University. That was a 7-2 stomp. And in their last 5, Farmingdale, like I said, is the complete neutral score. 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. And yes, there are ties in AAU as we get another pause from Guadagno. That one against Columbia, just straight up 5-5. After overtime in AAU, there is no shootout. It just goes down as a straight up tie. Face off coming to the left of Guadagno again. Dixon out to take it. Dixon will win it cleanly, but actually taps it over to Richardson after that. We have top line on top line right now. Richardson going to get called off sides. Now, Wally, I don't feel I'm too biased in saying this, but I do personally believe that the Seawolves have the better logo out of these 2 teams. Don't get me wrong, the Farmingdale State crest is good and classic and all, but I do believe the Wolfie logo is very, very good graphic design. And you can argue me about that. Anywhere you can find me, that is. Quick shot taken, that's wide to the left. Puck bounced into the slot, now the Seawolves come back the other way on the breakaway. Richardson up the right side, looking over to Rocco. Richardson thinks shot, and it's going to be saved by Richardson. Puck over to Richardson again, saved by Richardson again. I'm having fun with this. I'm having too much fun with this. Around, it goes over. Quick shot, and again saved by Richardson. That last shot belonging to Andrew Martin. Stony Brook will make a line change, so will the Rams. So these 2 top lines with a little bit of battling. That shift at least won by the Seawolves. It might not reflect in the scoreboard, but still the pressure that they just put up, a couple of nice high-quality shots on goal. And obviously, there's a world in which you might say Richardson should have passed it over to Rocco there, but if you're feeling it, if you're feeling like you have the angle, I don't think any coach is ever going to complain with you taking that shot. Barker does get it out for the Seawolves, comes all the way down to Richardson again. Rams look for their options in their own zone. Pressure applied on the forecheck by Gerstein. Played out anyways, and the Rams with a couple of passes are through the neutral zone as well. Taken ahead. Lena looking for the shot. Rebound, they score. The bench for Farmingdale loving what they're seeing right now, and it's 2-0 Rams. So we take a look at that here on the LI Sports Network. Just a great look for Farmingdale. I believe the Rams bench is screaming ew right now because of how disgusting that goal was. Stony Brook will win the face-off, trying to get their legs underneath them in this game, already falling down 2-0 in the first 8 minutes played. Puck on the near boards right now. Rams look for outlet passes and sent it the length of the ice. Martin, the first one to it, will send it off the boards for Halisi. Kept in at the far point by the Rams and down to the end boards again. Burde has a nice look at it, sends it off the far wall, and again, it's up and out for the Seawolves. Rams need a touch up right now and gives Burde an opportunity to skate it forward and rifle it in from the red line. Excuse me, make that Martin who did that. Rams with another quick clear. It's something they've been doing well thus far. 11:42 to play in the first. Again, Stony Brook looking to avoid the 10-4 scoreline that they fell to earlier in the season. Last time these teams played was a different calendar year as well, 2024 on November 9th. Stony Brook do get the puck cleared. Now an opportunity for Weinman to race forward. Weinman winding up, leaves the puck behind him on the shot. Cleared out. Here's Roth tapping it ahead. Farmingdale with another shooting lane. This one's going to go wide. Around the boards to the near side. Good hit laid into the boards by Roth. D'Alessandro with a shot. He scores with traffic out in front. And the Rams are up 3-0. You take a look at that one. I just want you to keep your eyes on all the bodies out in front. I do believe this puck takes quite a big deflection. Guadagno not getting a great look on it because of it, and it does. Guadagno probably a little frustrated with how that one played out. It was a savable shot if it didn't get tipped or go off his skate. But the life of the goalie. That's why they got to be mentally strong for goals like that. Rocco on the face-off will win it. It's tipped forward to Richardson. Barker now trying to hold the puck along the near boards. Gets it into the offensive end, but it's quickly repelled. Taken forward now, the Rams looking for maybe a fourth. One-timer set up. Guadagno a save after he poked it away. Barker wraps it around on the near side. Not held in, and now Rocco's off to the races. Up the left side. Rocco cutting into the slot. His shot saved by Richardson. Looking for a centering pass on the aftermath. Sets up a big one-timer. Mancini drives it wide. We approach halfway through this first period. Rams dominant in the first 10 with 3 goals. Pass out in front again, another opportunity, and Edmonds can't make anything of it. Gives it down low. Richardson out in front, a quick shot. They score. Rocco gets his first of the night, and the Seawolves are on the board. As we can see this one, a lot of down-low play. It's eventually going to wrap around to Richardson on your left side, and his shovel pass out in front just sets up a great opportunity for a man who now has 6 goals in 3 games played for the Seawolves. And Stony Brook, of course, playing Shipping Out to Boston as their goal song. Face-off at center ice to Upcoming, to Upcome isn't proper English. Sorkin not going to win it. It gets hemmed into his zone because of it. Centering pass for the Rams. Instead, it's held onto a quick shot. Blocked in front by Mancini. Off his back. Centering pass again was intended for Lavoie, comes to the high slot. That shot goes wide to the left. Stony Brook do take it out. Ahead for Dwan. Dwan with Sorkin. Over to Sorkin on the backhand, looking for the goal. Net off its moorings. That was absolutely unfortunate for Dwan. That timing could not have been worse for the goal to come off. But such is life, such is collegiate hockey. It happens really at every level. NCAA Division I, ACHA Division I. Just is what it is. Rocco on the face-off. Wins it over to Richardson. He falls to a poke check, and it's played high off the glass and out. Mancini in the neutral zone looking to tie it up in his skates, but it's tapped forward and into the offensive zone. Edmonds takes it, gives it over to Mancini. Nice couple of moves for Mancini. Of course, like I talked about last time, but it's still a fairly new story. Jack Mancini, the younger brother of Andrew Mancini, the captain for the ACHA hockey team. Andrew, of course, knowing Michael Rocco for a long time because they were teammates on the ACHA, as I have to hold that. Quick breakaway here for the Rams, and there's Mancini to shut it down. Pass out in front again. Guadagno with a great save, robbing another goal from the Rams. So we will take a replay of that one. See that opportunity coming over. Down low, Guadagno extending with that glove. Great save from him, truly grade A. To finish my story, Andrew knowing Michael Rocco, so I assume that Andrew was the one who introduced Rocco to his younger brother, and his younger brother went to work on the recruiting end and got Rocco to join this AAU team. And boy, has he been a positive impact player. Face-off coming over to the right of Guadagno this time. Puck dropped, and Stony Brook looked to win it. They do get it to the far side. Held in by the Rams. They'll put it around the end boards. First one to it, Malindricolo. Puck out in front, goes wide to the right of Guadagno. Brett Kitograd will play it around the boards. Kitograd definitely had a bit of feisty flair, if you want to call it that, a little bit of chippiness. It's another nice word to describe it. Late in the game against Hofstra, really sticking it to the Pride, the Battle of Long Island. I'm sure he was feeling that. Face off again to the right of Guadagno. This time easily controlled by the Rams, but Sorkin with nice work on the far boards will at least temporarily interrupt it. A shot goes in on goal, a save for Guadagno on the right pad. Back to the far point. Rams look for shooting angles. Out in front, tipped in. Easy as you like. So much empty net right there for the Rams, and they find a beautiful fourth. So we'll take a replay of that. Just keep your eye on that near post when we pan back down, and just see how much room he has against Guadagno. Right there. All the time in the world. Goal for Marco Malindricolo. That was the man with all the open real estate on the near side of the post. Most expensive real estate on the ice as well. I'm sure any hockey coach will tell you that much. Get into that blue paint, getting around the crease. When pucks come to the net, that's exactly where you want to be. Nice poke check for Burde. Down low in the right wing corner. Stony Brook now with the clearing option as Martin gets it in open space. Martin joining the rush as well, past the blue line. Martin getting it down low, pass out in front. Stony Brook can't tip it in. Burde with it again, looking for the wrister from the near point. Too many sticks were in that path, and the Rams are able to clear because of it. Dwan loses it out, taken by the Rams. They start to cycle it down low. Ferrazzi with it right now to the far side. Ferrazzi sends it to the far point. The Rams have been dangerous getting pucks to their defensemen to get down low. Stony Brook now regained possession on the far side. Tipped ahead. Dwan with a little bit of separation, but not enough for that toe drag he had tried. Back to Barker. He'll tap it ahead. Gets lost for a second by Weinman. He'll recover possession. Looks to play it forward on the backhand. Intercepted in the neutral zone. And now the Rams spring forward with numbers. 4 going to the net. Quick shot taken. And Guadagno takes the save and deflects it into the netting for another pause. 6:34 left to play in the first. Hope everyone is staying safe tonight. Obviously, a lot of snow outside. Last time I was out, it was doing a little bit of icy rain is the best way to describe it. Not exactly sure what the proper scientific term for that is, but wasn't driving in it, thankfully. Finished up the Stony Brook Hofstra basketball game in Hempstead, then came over here. But the whole point of what I'm trying to say is please don't drive right now unless you absolutely have to for some kind of medical emergency. There's no reason to drive. You can wait out the storm. As Richardson trying to create a storm, passing it out in front. Was a shot that actually turned into a big rebound for Rocco, not able to bury it. Obviously, this can be dangerous weather to drive in, so best option, stay at home, stay safe, get some popcorn, and listen to as much LI Sports Network as you absolutely can. We got a couple of games going on tonight. I believe 2 freshman games over in Hop Hog at the rinks, and of course, the AAU matchup you see in front of you between Stony Brook and Farmingdale. We hit the 6-minute mark in the first period. Puck down low, Rocco has it. Rocco looking for a centering pass, instead he'll reverse it the other way. Mancini taps it to Richardson. Richardson holds, looking to play it towards the crease. It's intercepted and played out past Mancini. Martin races down for it, plays it around to Mancini. Mancini back to Martin. Rams with good presence in the offensive zone, and there's a turnover, capitalizing on exactly what they want. Stony Brook are quick to recover. Rocco hard on his stick right now, giving it over. Richardson on the right side. Richardson off the boards, taps it ahead. Edmonds chasing after it. No icing, the call from the referees. Edmonds with clean control, looks over to Richardson. Richardson with room in the slot. His shot saved. Rebound. Mancini tried to get to it, but it's cleared by the Rams. They come back the other way. Lavoie on the right side. Lavoie in the right circle, pulling up, looking for the one-timer in the slot. Sticks were tied up by Edmonds. Good defensive play from him to shut down the opportunity from Dixon. Now past the blue line again. Stony Brook will get their changes going. Edmonds, the captain, the last one to head over to the bench. And a full 5 players come onto the ice. It's the Lynn line for the Seawolves. The Rams with another quick and efficient clear. Wrapped around the boards by LaFata. Will go to the far side onto the skate blades of Halissi. And down low again. LaFata battling for it there. Has men out in front in the crease if he can find the passing lane. LaFata almost bumped off of it. Now Lynn with a good opportunity to get it past the blue line, and does. On the near side now, taken ahead by Ketograd. Puck in deep for the Seawolves. They look for a turnover below the net, and it's barely tapped aside. Good hit on the boards, but the Rams are able to clear it anyways. 4 minutes left in the first period. 4-1 the score for Farmingdale. They started off by scoring the first 3, then Stony Brook found one in retaliation from who other than Michael Rocco. And then Farmingdale, of course, scored on the beautiful backdoor tap from Marco Malandrucolo. And that's how we find ourselves at a 4-1 tilt. Face off again over to the right of Guadagno. Played to the far point, shot taken on net wide to the left. Farmingdale the first one to the rebound. It's who I was just talking about, the most recent goal scorer, Marco Malandrucolo. Stony Brook do get it out. Taking it ahead now, looking for the backdoor pass. Oh, great look, but no shot for Sorkin. Once again, the Rams looking for a very quick clear. It's been 1 or 2 passes in their own zone, and they get it out. Of course, as I say that, takes them a few more on this opportunity. Dixon up the left side. His shot steered in to the netting by Guadagno. 3:21 to play in the first. Stony Brook will make some changes. Face-off once again belongs to Farmingdale. I feel like they've been very, very good on those offensive zone face-offs. Quick shot taken again, loose cage, or loose puck in the cage. Centering pass, not gonna go to anyone in particular. 3 minutes left in the first now. Love to have those face-off statistics, but obviously that's a little too much manpower required. At the far point, Stony Brook do keep it in, but it's instantly cleared. Ahead now, quick shot taken. Partone looking for that opportunity. Puck gets frozen on the far boards before squeaking down low. Jensen turning on a dime, but does lose the puck out, and Stony Brook look to get it past the blue line. A diving ram does barely manage to keep the puck in. Lena on the far side, Lena on the backhand. Lena wrapping around the cage. Gets the puck taken away from him by Barker. Barker still battling. Barker now getting it into open space, and Stony Brook can clear with that 1-2 pass that sends Burde flying ahead up the right side. Burde finds the loose puck, almost cleared off the skate blade. Now a couple of players mixing it up. Here comes Edmonds trailing on the play, putting it out in front. The tap doesn't go in. Stony Brook with a beautiful passing sequence, just can't find that white net. Farmingdale in transition. Look for the one-timer, and the slot goes a little too high. That was a nice look for James Jensen. Richardson on the near side now, overplaying the puck a little bit. And the turnover gets another shot on goal, blocker save from Guadagno. That was Wodicka with the opportunity. Wodicka back to Jensen. His shot saved by Guadagno, and he'll prevent any rebound from coming loose. Eating up every bit of that puck with 1:30 left in the first. Looking at the upcoming games for the Seawolves. Of course, after tonight, they will have a late night game against Columbia University, following that up with Strong Island Collegiate as a shot rings off the bar on the other end. Stony Brook getting up ice quickly. And then Stevens Institute of Technology, another Division III AAU team. Farmingdale will chip in once more, chase after it at the end boards. Stony Brook, the first one's to it. Rocco has it on the near side and will get it past the defenseman D'Alessandro, who's trying to keep it in. Rocco now with another turnover on the far side, not able to keep it in, and neither is Edmonds. The Rams mixing it up in the neutral zone will come back to Rocco. Rocco broke his stick, potentially. He definitely left it there. Didn't look like he wanted to, as now there is a loose stick on the ice. Taken in. The Rams looking for a late period goal with 30 seconds left. Into the slot, a shot broken up by Barker, who blocked it in front. Down low, they look for the centering pass in the left wing corner. Held by Wodicka. Too many stick battles right there to do anything cleanly, and it's eventually taken away by Lynn up the right side. Lynn cutting over to the blue line, he'll blow a tire. More stick checks, and will eventually come over for Kiedegrad to get in. 5 seconds left in the period. Maybe one last rush for the Rams, but broken up, and Stony Brook will end this period at a 1-4 deficit. The Rams with solid work, scoring the first 3 unanswered. And we'll be back in the second to see if the Seawolves can get any kind of response and get this game a little bit closer. Here on the LI Sports Network, we'll be right back. we are back live. Momentary tech issue, but we got it back up in time to catch all the action. And the first save for Richardson to start off the second period. Obviously, the Seawolves are trying to do a little bit better than they did in the first. 4-1, not exactly the scoreline they want so far. The goals in the first period coming from Michael Rocco just for the Seawolves. That's the only one, assisted by Edmonds and Richardson, so everyone on that line contributing to the goal. And for the Rams, it's a little bit more of a laundry list of players. They had quite a few goal scorers. Marco Malandrucolo, as well as Michael D'Alessandro, Luke Ferrazzi, and Noah Lavoie all scoring goals for the Rams in the first. Face off to the left of Richardson, broken up and quickly played out by the Rams. They fly forward with a little bit of momentum. Lavoie getting up the right side, looking to the opposite side, and no shot taken. Stony Brook did get back on defense. Quick shot over to the left of the goal, wraps around to the far side. Rams pinch in to keep it down low. These low to high passes that they've been doing have been generating shots from either point. Of course, their most recent goal from Malandrucolo was a goal like that. It was a shot from the near point that was tipped in at the far post of the goal. Stony Brook get it ahead with Richardson. He turns around after the check from Lafada came in, and Lavoie sends Mancini crashing into the boards. Some physical play to start off the second. Edmonds. Make that Barker actually with it up the right side. He'll wrap it in deep. Stony Brook trying to set up their forecheck. Held in on the boards by Gerstein, and it's cleared by the Rams. Castellano for a shot saved by Guadagno. Stony Brook again lost this matchup last time 10-4. Down low, Barker battles for it. Rams hold on, look to feed it to the far point. Instead, they wrap it around below the goal line again. Facette there with it, gives it up high. Nice toe drag for Monzi. Monzi into the right circle. A backhand shovel pass goes through the entire slot. Puck goes down low once more. Castellano will send it again through the crease. No one on Farmingdale getting their sticks on these. Shot blocked up. Then it goes below the goal line. Wraps around to the boards. It's cycled to the far point. One-timer taken, and Guadagno makes the save. So with the first 2 minutes played, Stony Brook had one solid offensive shift, but have then given up a shift for the Rams right back. Line changes coming from both teams. Quick shot taken, and Guadagno will get on top of it. Another face-off coming for both sides. This face-off going to go to the far point. A shot almost tipped in. Caratoro's almost given a nice assist right there. He's been deadly from the different points. His wrist shot, it can feel like more of a pass the way he angles it. Almost like a Adam Fox, Chris Kreider-esque connection. Shot out in front again. Guadagno tracking it. Referee's going to say no penalties on the tie-up. Puck kept in on the near boards. Malandrucolo, the other one, not able to keep it the entire time. Quick shot the other way, and it's gloved by Richardson. Of course, Michael Malandrucolo as well as Marco Malandrucolo both play for the Rams. I feel like their parents were trying to sow seeds of madness, naming them two M names with their last name as well. Maybe they knew one day they'd be broadcasted for Farmingdale State hockey. Off the face-off, Edmonds not able to win it. Rocco tries to apply the pressure to keep it in the offensive zone, but the Rams again make quick work of it, and Pace gets it ahead. Passing over to his left, Stony Brook are able to interrupt. Richardson up the right side. Richardson will play it off the boards down low. To the far side, Rocco playing it out in front. Edmonds not there for it in time. Into the neutral zone, the puck goes. Berkia there gives it to Edmonds, and the Rams take it back. 16:37 to play in the second period. Both Stony Brook and Farmingdale coming off of dominant 7-goal wins. on the far board. Stony Brook get a little bit of pace forward with Barker. He'll tap it to Edmonds in the neutral zone, loses out on it. Now challenged on the near boards. Rocco there, not able to win it. Dixon instead comes forward, and then he's stripped of the puck by Brakia. Stony Brook gained the blue line. Edmonds laid out at the blue line. No call from the referees. They've been very quiet in this game. Farmingdale back the other way. Their shot rings into the glass. Stony Brook are able to clear. Brakia sends it the length of the ice. No icing from the referees. On the near boards, Dixon sends it ahead on the backhand. Allows Monzi to fly forward for a shot. Left pad save. Guadagno. Farmingdale still buzzing around in the offensive zone. As I say that, they'll lose control. Puck back into neutral ice. Some fancy moves brought ahead. Roth looking for something. Turned aside. Shot out in front. Broken up by the stick of Mancini. Stony Brook with time to clear. Can't find a lane. It was Martin who controlled it for a second. Then it's flipped into the Farmingdale bench. Almost 5 minutes played in this second. Still no score. Farmingdale not exactly storming the gates like they did in the first period. Of course, we are here on the LI Sports Network. Myself, Kevin Broderick, joined by Wally Mitchell, who is on camera. Of course, Wally does a lot more for LISN than just run the camera. He does a lot of the last night's best edits for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, as well as plenty of other content that you can find on the Long Island Sports Network Instagram page or our YouTube page as well. Of course, you already know about that one. You're watching on that right now. Stony Brook trying to clear off the far boards, held in by the Rams. Gets pinched at the far side by Lavoie. He sends the puck down and around to the near side. LaFada trying to hold it in, but it gets past him and back into the neutral zone. Lena having some troubles. Will play a D-to-D pass. Now with momentum forward again. LaFada into the left circle. No shooting lane for him. Sorkin now has some space. Taps it ahead. Taken ahead. Sorkin trying to get it below the goal line and does. Gersine now looking for the hit. And it gets past Burdett. And back into the neutral ice. An easy firing shot for Brakia. He'll just try to get it deep, but his team was offside, so Farmingdale again easily turn it aside. Shot into the netting as Guadagno watches it sail there. Just under 14 minutes to play in the second. Stony Brook will make more changes for the upcoming defensive zone draw. They've had some troubles there all night. This time it'll be Lynn taking it. Lynn not able to win it, but actually goes to his teammate at the half board. Stony Brook now looking for the clearing opportunity. Lynn does get it ahead and out by Ketograd. He'll look to dump in. The puck goes out of play for another pause. Referees will determine the draw will come in the neutral zone, so Lynn does it again. Halissi and Ketograd, the wingers on this line. Stony Brook get it past the blue line for a second, then instantly repelled. Shot taken, and Guadagno a good glove save. Guadagno tries to flip it over to the referee, a little bit over his head. Lynn now to the third draw he's taken on this shift. Going to tap that one forward, and Stony Brook with some quick momentum up ice, but broken up in the neutral zone. The stick checks in the neutral zone for the Rams has also been good as Castellano sends a cross-ice pass that never was tipped on goal, but if it was, that would have been the fifth for the Rams. Ketograd looking for the stick lift, has to be a little bit careful there. Could have caught the cage of one of the Rams players and sent Farmingdale a power play. 3-on-1 upcoming. Stony Brook look for the extra pass. Richardson was beat, but the shot never went. 13 minutes to play in the second. Once again, Farmingdale get it out of their own zone. Past neutral ice into the blue line. The shot blocked out in front. Big rebound in the slot. Stony Brook there for it, and they'll lift it high and out. Parator on the backhand will get it around. Wadicka with some room. His backhand pass to the blue line. Stony Brook break that up. Kietagrad plays it off the boards and ahead, as both teams will exchange possession a little bit more in the neutral zone. Neither of them finding an outlet pass just yet. As I say that, Halisi gets it in. Richardson winds it around the boards. Rocco with it. Rocco dangerous in the slot. Shoots. He scores. Michael Rocco with his second of the night, and the Seawolves cut it to a 2-goal deficit. As you can see, just physical play on the near boards for Rocco just leads into a nice slot opportunity for him. Makes no mistake about it. You can see him lifting up the one skated shot just to change the angle ever so slightly. So now with 12:21 to play in the second, Stony Brook trying to make this a new game. Still have a little bit more digging before they can fully climb their way out of this hole. Richardson at the far side in an intense stick battle. Will come back over to Rocco. He comes up the left side. Rocco with a little bit of speed, chipping to round one. Rocco wrapping the net. His backhand shovel will get to Edmonds. Out in front, Richardson. Oh, just barely got it denied. Now Farmingdale back the other way. A potential breakaway. Guadagno, you can see him ready for it. Luckily, the pass goes a little stray and ends up in the left wing corner for Stony Brook to clear. Richardson over skates. Barker comes in for it. Barker up the left boards. Barker with Richardson out in front. Gets it there, but saved by the other Richardson. Of course, the goaltender. Luke Richardson doing a good job so far. Again, Farmingdale let up about 3.6 goals per game, but they score 5.3. That's also keeping in mind that Farmingdale does also play a division higher than Stony Brook normally does. AAU Division 3 versus the Seawolves Farmingdale Division AAU Division 2, the Seawolves AAU Division 3. So that just does mean that the strength of schedule a little bit harder for the Rams. For Stony Brook, a little bit easier, as the referees will call this one dead. We get an upcoming face-off. Farmingdale will make some changes, some discussion going on, and we will get our second power play of the game, once again belonging to the Rams. Now, Stony Brook were good on the penalty kill the first time. See if they can stay as strong the second. Waiting to see who's going into the box, because right now it's empty for the Seawolves. Weinman will go eventually. So Ryan Weinman into the box for 2 minutes, tripping the call from the referees. Dixon will go to the face-off. Winning it back, the Rams try to set up control on the near side. It's wrapped around the boards down low. 1:50 to play in the power play. Again, the Rams just buying themselves precious time. Feed to the far side, a quick shot, not actually taken, was fanned on by Dixon. A rare miss for him. My point from before, that these face-offs are just allowing Farmingdale to be so dominant in the offensive end. Farazi with control at the blue line. Walks to his left, passes right. Farazi still open up at the blue line for a return pass. Feed out in the middle, loose puck. And it's saved by Guadagno. Rebound then goes down low. Stony Brook looked for the clear, but once again kept alive by Farazi. He gets it down low. Puck into the crease again. Cleared to the near point again. Stony Brook look to tie up 4 players on the near boards. Looks like they will come away with possession and get a clearing lane down 200 feet. Half of the power play gone by for the Rams. This is the first time they've been put out of the zone. Obviously hard to have 2 minutes of perfect O-zone time. That's not really possible for most teams in the world. Maybe the Oilers last playoffs were doing that. Head pass forward, gets broken up in the neutral zone. Good defensive play, and 2 players are slammed into the boards by Mancini. Now Stony Brook with some numbers going the other way. Mancini open for that pass. It's stripped at the last second by the captain, and he plays a long pass forward. Farazi with it, left circle. Pass behind his back and taken away by the Seawolves and played off the boards. 17 seconds remain in this power play. Haven't gotten a whistle on it so far, so it's been 2 minutes of uninterrupted action. Pass to the blue line, gets onto the tape of Castellano. He will send it to the opposite side. Now 5 seconds left for the Rams. Looking for one more centering pass. Broken up by Edmonds. Stays in the zone. Lena looking for some outlets. Gives it down low. The Rams send it out in front. Shot taken and ramped off a stick. So that will do it for the power play. Back to 5-on-5 and just over 9 minutes to play in the second. Stony Brook winning the period so far, 1-0. Solid power kill or penalty kill as well will add on to that momentum. But as I said before, they still have work to do. Shot from the blue line will go wide. Centering pass out in front and a great back check from Edmonds. Still loose in the cage, and Edmonds will somehow get the rebound. He gives it forward. Rocco cutting through some traffic, just not able to beat the last man there for the Rams. Edmonds back at the red line. We'll give it to Rocco with space. Rocco, one toe drag a second. Gives it forward to Richardson. Richardson, a shot goes too high off the glass. On the near board, Stony Brook keep this alive. Edmonds out in the slot. Oh, the puck just a little off his stick, and the Rams break it ahead. Skating 2-on-1. Lavoie is the man open. Lavoie out in front, looks for the tuck, and a great save from Guadagno. Not even sure how he stayed on his feet right there. Edmonds back the other way. Drops it to Richardson. Richardson right circle. His shot out in front. Sticks tied up, and the Rams are able to clear. They're going to break out into another 2-on-1. Lavoie somehow with enough left in the tank. Lavoie in on net. Looks for the fancy dangle. Puts it into the crease, but it's taken away by Edmonds and cleared. Dwan gives it off. Stony Brook looking for another rush, and that was a diving Brakia across your screen. Dwan with it again in the left circle. Gives it off. Stony Brook trying to rotate off the boards. Farmingdale doing a good job tying up there to shut down this momentum. We get a little bit of pushing in the left wing corner. I know my eyes were on it. I don't know what the referees were looking at, but they decide that's not exactly to the level of a penalty. Once again, sticks tied up. We see a Seawolf fall to the ground. That's Gerstein there. Referees shake off that penalty, letting Gerstein know, and it will be a save in the end for Richardson. What a wild sequence of events to not end with a single goal. Should note that, again, that entire sequence was getting a little chippy from a couple of different players at different areas on the ice, so we might see a few more penalties start to get called by the referees. Obviously, their number one job in any game is to keep control of the game. The referees never want the players to dictate what's happening. The refs were laxed in the first, have been laxed till now. Always makes for a fun hockey game. Puck on the backhand, played high and out of the zone. Back from Martin. He'll cede control over to the Rams. Centering pass out in front. Guadagno a save, or it might have been blocked by Mancini. Either way, puck comes to the near side boards. Down low, the Rams look to play it out from behind the goal line. Again, these low to high passes have been very good. Referee gets hit into the face. Hopefully he's okay. Puck out into the eye slot. They shoot. Big rebound. Second opportunity. Guadagno was there for it. Centering pass again. Another shot blocked and into the right wing corner this time. Kitograd had a moment to try to clear and instead wraps around his end boards. It does tumble its way out. Kitograd now past the blue line the other way. Pulling up, looking for a shot. It was a backdoor feed and a great one. Alessi not able to tuck it in, though. Farmingdale, another drop pass, another lineup, and another block for the Seawolves. Their defense have been tough, and you can hear the eruption from the bench. Kitograd up the right side, looking for the shooting lane. Saved by Richardson with the left leg. Down low again, it comes to the near side. Barker flying in for the forecheck. Puck controlled by Malinger. Kahlo sent out in front, and the Rams will take it away. Skating 2-on-1. Richardson trying to get back in defense, and a great effort from him. Still finds its way nut front and goes off the outside of the goal. 6 minutes to play in the second. Definitely some action picking up here as Guadagno will make another save. 5-5-5 on the board. Again, the Seawolves have won this period, but they're going to need to win the third even harder if they want to get this to an overtime. Dixon on the face-off, wins it initially, then Mancini comes in to take it away. Stony Brook put it around the near boards and do get it past the blue line. Edmonds kicks it forward, intended for Rocco, but it's instead turned over and taken ahead by Malangikalo. He dops it off. Dixon, a shot saved. Once again around. Edmonds with it. Sends it across the ice. And here comes Richardson with a breakaway. Richardson in on net. He shoots. He scores. Stony Brook find 3 and have now scored 2 unanswered goals in the second period. As you can see, Richardson just flying in, has so much room on that forehand. Not going to make a mistake in that situation. Makes it a 4-3 game. Stony Brook trail by 1. The dying stage of the second, and the Rams are going to look for their response. Shot from the left circle, blocked out in front. Guadagno was moving with it as if it was going to be a centering pass. He's seen so many of them today. Puck to the blue line, D-to-D pass. Shot on goal, saved by Guadagno. That was Saccone with the opportunity. Again, these shots from the blue line, usually very low percentage chances, but seemingly Farmingdale turned them into high percentage chances. Gerstein will chase the puck down low, allows for his team to catch it at the far boards, held in for now, and then a third opportunity for the Rams finally gets it cleared. Puck fired in deep. Guadagno will stop it with his paddle. Stony Brook wrap it around and clear. D'Alessandro will start off the play. It works its way into Stony Brook's end. They have some time and space to play it ahead. Tipped into the neutral zone. Flying onto it is Sorkin. Not able to do much with it just now. Gerstein there to help out Sorkin, but Farmingdale with too much real estate to make a mistake. Paratone gets it into the deep right wing as we approach 4 minutes left in the second. 4-3 the score. Stony Brook have scored 2 in the second period. Quick shot taken, and it looks like it is saved by Guadagno. That was a wrist shot right on the doorstep. Guadagno on his toes to make that save. The shots on goal after the first period were 21-9 in favor of Farmingdale, so I think Stony Brook will more than likely look to even that out. That will be evened out, I should say, as Lavoie takes another one and Guadagno another save. The shots on goal department should be much closer after this period, as Stony Brook really has upped their offensive presence. Obviously, another 2-goal game from Michael Rocco isn't going to hurt that. We'll try to complete the hat trick at some point. Who knows, that might be the game-tying goal. Not on the ice right now. It's the Lynn line for the Seawolves. Pass over to Lynn. He puts it through his skates, then gives it back. Taken ahead by Kitograd. Kitograd with some room. Looks for the shot on goal, saved by Richardson, and doesn't allow it to end up back door. Pass out in front. Kitograd a shot. Richardson another save, and he doesn't allow any rebound. Great puck control right there from Luke Richardson. Really an underestimated or undervalued aspect of a goalie's game, I feel like. When you have a goalie that just knows how to hit those angles with the pad to shut down any second chance opportunities, really just makes you, as a spectator, as a player, just gasp less. As I say that, there's another rebound that he deadened, his defense gets the clear. Martin will send it in at the blue line, waiting for Halisi to check up. Kitograd will fly into the left wing corner, wrapped around the boards by Paratone. Taken ahead now by Dixon. He'll fire it all the way down ice, and it will become an icing. Just as signaled by Guadagno. Obviously, he doesn't have the ultimate say, but the referees agreed with his judgment. 3:07 to play in the second. It's been a good day for Stony Brook sports so far. The AAU club hockey team trying to follow that up as Richardson snags the puck out of midair. Stony Brook started the day off by taking down number 18 Rutgers in the very first men's lacrosse game of the season. Then the men's basketball team followed it up with just their second conference win, but it was against Hofstra in Hempstead. So obviously that's a big win on the road. And now, well, the Seawolves find themselves in a very competitive game against a team a division up, as you can see. The bench oohing and awing over there at that Stony Brook opportunity. Cut into the high slot, quickly down the other way for the Rams. Good stick work from the Seawolves, and Michael Rocco will get it up and out off the left side. Rocco through a body check, trying to get through another one, but it's taken away. Edmonds there, can't keep it in. Brakia now holds. 2:32 to play in the period. Brakia past the blue line, cutting over to his right, gliding still with a shot saved by Richardson. We looked earlier at who Stony Brook would come or play in the coming games. Now to take a look at Farmingdale State College. Actually, this is their last game on the schedule. So who knows what will transpire in the postseason for the Rams. Obviously, some things still left to be decided as we approach the 2-minute warning in the second period. Big puck loose out in front of the cage. Wadagno not tested, and Stony Brook clear past the blue line. Gerstein gets it deep, but it's repelled quickly by the Rams. They skate forward 3-on-1. Stony Brook are getting back in time, and a big centering pass goes to absolutely no one, and right back into the neutral zone. Dewan had it poked loose. Once again for the Rams, a big one-timer slap shot. And it goes straight into the glove of Wadagno. Don't see a lot of wind-up slap shots like that anymore. Of course, the most famous one I think of was when Paul Correa got knocked out of the game against the Devils, then came back. The famous call on that was Correa off the floor onto the board. Obviously, that's a shot that's really vanished from the game almost entirely. You think of Ovechkin maybe as the last guy that would even attempt something like that, but even Ovi has a little bit more skill than, you know, the guys that really were taking shots like that. You just don't see it anymore. Past the blue line, lining up for a slap shot. I think it's an art. I like it, as a lot of players getting tied up and falling to the ground. Referees wearing the orange stripes don't raise their hands, so we will not have a power play upcoming. 1:20 left in the second. Puck down low into the right wing corner. Richardson playing oversight right now, allowing his defenseman behind the cage to get some view by crouching down. Puck to the far side. Once again, the Rams making quick work of the neutral zone. Lavoie gets it at the left circle, trying to drag it through the skates of his defender, and it's broken up. Good job from Brakia to not be on the highlight reel of Lavoie. Stony Brook with the puck down low. Rams with an opportunity to get out as the Seawolves were making that change. Lavoie up the right side now. Lavoie in the right circle, dragging around down low, pulls up on the backhand, cuts back the other way, and takes a check into the boards. His team will keep it alive for now on the near side. Gets it over to Dixon in the slot. His backhander will go wide to the right. Farmingdale gets some players fresh off the bench. Richardson will take it away down low. He sends it around to the near side. Edmonds trying to get back for it. Will get it past the blue line, forcing the Rams to reset. And now it's headmanned to Richardson. Richardson right circle over to Rocco. He scores! Or make that actually. That was Daniel Sorkin jumping up with the top line, and it's 4-4 Seawolves. Coming in, here comes Richardson and Sorkin. So Stony Brook were in a half change right there, and Sorkin might have been fresh off the bench. That's how he was able to elude so much of the Farmingdale defense to cause that 2-on-1, and because of it, it's Stony Brook tying up the game with 12 seconds left in the period. Referees will blow a quick whistle on this face-off. Stony Brook look for the win, taken ahead. Sorkin gets a shot on net wide to the right. That's likely how we will end the period. And it's lifted into the neutral zone. One more minor hit from Lynn, and we will go to a third with a tied game. Stony Brook doing great work in the second to score 3 unanswered goals here on the LI Sports Network. We will be right back. 20 minutes is all that remains in regulation to decide this close affair between the Seawolves and the Rams. 4-4 the score to start off the period after Stony Brook scored 3 unanswered goals in the second to rally back from a 4-1 deficit. Looks like they'll send out their top line alongside Burde and Brakia to start off the period. As we can take a look as who comes out for the Rams. They dapped their goaltender to start this off. So once again, it's Richardson and Guadagno in net, and we start the third period. Rams will take control off the face-off. Flip it into the left wing corner. It's down around for an icing, and we'll get a pause just as soon as we started. 19:48. We'll take our second face-off, this time from the Rams O-zone. Rocco into the face-off again. Has Burde directly behind him, potentially for any one-time now. Burde going off to the left. Rocco on the face-off, gets it to the near side. Richardson feeds Burde back down low and around the boards. Rocco comes to it, looks for the centering pass, broken up in front, sent around. Burde comes in to keep it alive. We'll smack it down around the boards again and out of the zone for the Rams. Actually, Edmonds doing a good job and will create a turnover. Rocco with some space, trying to send it out in front, tipped wide of his intended area. Edmonds will take a hit to play it around the boards to the far side with Richardson. He gives it down low. It almost squirts loose in front of the net. Weird bounce off the glass. Allows Stony Brook to keep it alive. At the far point, once again, Stony Brook keeping it in the offensive end. Still no shots on goal. They look to get their shot now, and it deflects high into the air. Doesn't ever reach its intended target of the net. 19:02 to play in regulation. So for all of that, Stony Brook didn't get a shot with that shift of their top line. On the draw, Sorkin trying to get it forward. Comes around the board, Mancini there for it. Mancini ties up with Ribby. Ribby takes it forward, giving it over to Lavoie. Takes a shot wide to the right. Held in at the far point, given down low again. Barker chasing after it, joined by Dwan. Neither of them can win it away, so it comes down to the end boards. Over to Lavoie, taps it down low. Centering pass goes through the crease. Stony Brook do break out off of it. Looks to get it back the other way. Sorkin almost dragging onto his forehand. Sorkin also the most recent goal scorer in the game. His goal coming with just 12 seconds left in the second period. Dwan with the shot forehand. It's saved by Richardson. Takes a high bounce into the air. Pinched in at the right wing corner. Pass out in front. The Seawolves get it blocked. Second opportunity. This one will sail through the crease to the near side with Dwan. It gets broken up and the Rams will clear out the other way. Lavoie chasing after it. First one onto it is Barker. Lavoie slams Barker down to the ice. Stony Brook still maintain possession, and Barker and Lavoie exchanging a little bit more physicality right in front of the referee. Lavoie not liking it. He's not liking his end of the exchange. Lena will chip in deep. His team chasing after it. Lavoie looks to land a hit. Not doing much, and Jensen tries to keep it alive on the near side. Now we'll chase after it down low. Jensen stopping that clearing attempt. Popping it up high to the left half boards. Shot on goal will go wide to the right. Lena on the near side will take punishment from Kitagrad, but does hold the puck in. Then a second opportunity, and the Seawolves will clear. Alissi was flying forward. Puck gets played past him. Jensen minces it up in the neutral zone and gets his team to the offensive end. Puck at the left circle. Played down low again to the near side. 17 minutes left in the third period. Given down low, centering pass through the backhand. Goes through. Alissi had a chance onto it. Farazi gives it down low. Bounces off the high boards. Comes back to the near side. Kept alive. Lynn with a nice hit on Lena. Stony Brook collect first at the far end. Break it out of their neutral zone with speed. Here comes Berde. Berde dragging, shooting, laid out, but he scores. What a tough play from the defenseman joining into the rush. And the Seawolves have a 5-4 lead. We definitely got to take a look at that here on the LI Sports Network. Call that an and one in hockey. Gets laid out, but the wrist shot goes in. Sometimes you got to take some to get a goal, and I think his team is all the happier for it. 5-4 Seawolves. As the hitting continues, this time it was Barker on the wrong end of it, off camera on the near side boards. Barker will return the hit right there and take the puck free. Stony Brook and Farmingdale really starting to heat things up right now. Chipped into the Seawolves end. Barker back for it. Trying to spin around the forechecks. Puts it on the boards to Richardson. Richardson with some room. Up the left side. Trying to get it to Rocco. Broken up in the neutral zone. Given ahead. Wadicka. His shot blocker saved. Steered to the far side. Edmonds with some space. Edmonds looking for the pass. Gets it off the boards. Richardson flying forward. Richardson's trying to drag it out in front. Gets the shot off. Hits the near side of the goal. Rams have some space to go back the other way now. They send a pass at the blue line. Comes to Dixon. Dixon's shot is saved. Guadagno, that was an easy one for him. Right in front. Squarely saves the puck. 15:35 to play in the third and final period. Stony Brook lead this game for the first time. They were trailing the first and second. We're only able to tie the second up again with 12 seconds left. That goal from Daniel Sorkin. Pass was intended for Dixon. Almost had a tipping chance down low. Dixon can do a little bit of everything for his team, but scoring definitely the chief of that list. Puck tipped away, and here comes Stony Brook with a breakaway. Sorkin gonna come in on net. Sorkin has another. Man, the shot's a little too high. Gerstein with that opportunity, and now is getting a little rough below the goal line. Sorkin honestly might have been better off just going at that like a one-on-one. He had a little bit more of a step. Martin now into the left circle, brings the puck down low, trying to lay it off, gives it over to Sorkin. Sorkin into the slot. His backhand does find a way on net, saved by Richardson. 5 minutes gone by in this third period. Stony Brook look for the re-entry. Get it across the blue line. Gerstein gets it in deep. Sorkin chasing after it. Takes an awkward bounce, and Farmingdale clear. Other goals scored in the second. Also Steven Richardson from Edmonds and Michael Rocco also from Tyler Edmonds, who's been all over the ice. Talk about another guy that can really do a little bit of everything. Up the right side, Elena trying to play it in. Gets past the blue line. The Rams looking at the centering pass, broken up by Berde out in front. Lynn now joins Berde to battle for it in the right wing corner. Rams look like they'll walk away with possession for now. D'Alessandro down there with it. D'Alessandro trying to break it free. Rams now with possession, looking for the centering pass. Oh, a little bit of space, a little bit too much space given to Lavoie right there. Lavoie will try to get that possession back. Comes to the left wing corner. Farmingdale find it to Lavoie. Lavoie cutting towards the blue line, kept alive by his defenseman. Now on the right side, put out in front and instantly cleared by the Seawolves. Great physical play from them. Will be called an icing, but nonetheless, you'll take it when it bails your goaltender out of trouble. This game already going miles better for the Seawolves than the last one did. The last one was a 10-4 beating. This one, well, they scored 5 goals and haven't given up anything close to 10. Shot does get on net through a lot of traffic. Good save from Guadagno. Rams keep this possession alive. They have options at the slot. They find one, then the extra pass. A shot for Lavoie, not going to go. Guadagno tracking it out in front. Puck still loose. Guadagno doesn't see it right now. It's under his pads, and the referees will give him the benefit of a whistle. 13-13 remains in the period. I don't know if Guadagno ever actually knew where that puck was. Lofato will take this upcoming draw to the left of Guadagno. Lofato not going to win it. It gets played into the right wing corner. Down low, Barker sends it the other way to Mancini. Back to Barker, and it's intercepted. Rams trying to shove it in near side. Puck loose in the crease, still whacking at it to the far side, and somehow it's below the goal line. Stony Brook with some great stands, but the puck is still in their zone. Flipped high to the corner. Now it's down, wrapped below. Mancini with some physical play, joined by his teammates. Gerstein can't get it out. Lining up for the one-timer, whistles wide to the right. Comes over for Kitograd. He has the puck. Kitograd looking for some lanes. Gives it to the far side. Now Stony Brook finally get it past the blue line. Lavoie tripped up. No call from the referees. It was determined accidental. Kitograd with another hit. Stony Brook. Now they've gone out of their own zone, but they have to get through the neutral zone. Rocco onto the ice, joined by Edmonds. Richardson to join, and Stony Brook will ice it to start it off. Referees actually wave it off, so Edmonds and Richardson will come ahead for the forecheck. Rocco trying to intercept that with his glove. It gets past him and Mancini as well. The Rams with potentially numbers, but Barker is there to release the pressure. Barker with a hit. Does knock the Rams off the puck. Mancini looks for the clear. Comes around the boards. Over to Lena. Lena tries to get it on net. Denied, and Stony Brook flip it out. Rocco with some speed coming forward. Trying to harass Saccone. He gets it into the neutral zone where it's stripped away. Edmonds on the backhand shovel. Will get it past the blue line. Richardson skating onto it. Comes through his legs. Stony Brook keeping alive for now with Martin playing it deep. Edmonds not able to get there first, and the Seawolves saw something I didn't. It's an upcoming power play with a chance to go up by 2. 11:34 remains in the period. James Jensen into the box. Stony Brook out for the power play. 2 minutes of 5-on-4 upcoming. Face-off taken by Rocco. Will get possession off of it. Given to the far side with Edmonds. Edmonds back to Mancini, high slot. Gives it to the far side, Richardson. Richardson holds, feeds down low. Sorkin there, trying to wrap around. He gets tripped up, and the Rams are able to clear, potentially with numbers. Mancini the only one back. Mancini playing the shot, saved by Guadagno. Now Stony Brook can look to wheel the other way. Rocco with it up the right side, past the blue line. Rocco, Richardson off sides, and Stony Brook will have to take the face-off from the neutral zone. Again, Stony Brook for the next 132 have a chance to build this to a 2-goal lead. It would be their biggest of the night. This 5-4 score, the only time they've actually held a lead. Berde will get the puck off the face-off, pulls up in the neutral zone. It's a nice tap pass forward. Mancini's shot goes a little too high. Edmonds keeps it in on the boards at the far side, passing it down low into the slot. Rocco not able to get clean possession. Back to the blue line with Berde. He'll walk right, pass left. Gives it over. Sorkin, centering pass. Rocco, a one-timer saved by Richardson. The pause allows for the Rams to make some more changes with their penalty killers. .107 remains in the power play. Rocco to another face-off. Will lose that one clearly. Question is, can the Rams clear? The answer is no. Berde keeps it in. Gives it over to the far side. Edmonds down low to Rocco. I think that actually Sorkin controlling it right now. Gives it back to Edmonds. He has it walking down the boards. Feeds it back up high. Room for Stony Brook to work with now. Edmonds, the centering pass, tipped out in front by Rocco, but it's wide. Puck comes to the near boards. Sorkin trying to dig it out as well, joined by Berde, and it eventually comes to the Rams to clear 200 feet. 34 seconds left in the Stony Brook power play. Guadagno trying to play it ahead, gets it onto the stick of Berde, who gives it to Rocco. On the backhand, he plays it forward to the far side. Dwan takes it past the blue line and actually unintentionally causes his team to be offsides. So Stony Brook now with just 22 seconds to operate on the power play. Little under 10 minutes remains in the third period. Unfortunate news for all of my Knicks fans out there. The Knicks fell in another heavy loss to the Celtics. I say again, because I don't know if anyone remembers how the season started, but very similar shades as the Rams get it in, get a big rebound. Dixon was not there for the follow-up shot. If he was, it likely was going to go into the back of the net. Rams still have it in the offensive end. Dixon, another shorthanded opportunity, and that one shut down by Guadagno. Somehow Dixon still controls, looks for the shot, blocked out in front, and now Stony Brook can look to turn the other way, but the power play has expired, and we're back to 5-on-5. Positives for Stony Brook, they killed another 2 minutes off the clock. Negatives, they did not open up a bigger lead. Puck not held in at the far side, referees will see that. The Rams have to check up. Bricchia with it, feeds it forward, and on the backhand, Halissi gets it further in. Rams with a little bit of space to work with right now. They'll calmly play it in their own zone, waiting for the outlet pass to come up available. Played into the neutral zone and back in by Halissi. Stony Brook not really going for a big forechecking presence. As I say that, Dwan starts to mix it up in the offensive end. Mancini on the near boards, had a bit at it, but can't get it. Rams still just passing it D to D in their own zone. They are the team that has to act with a little bit more urgency right now, as Roth will get it in, but not as hard as he wanted to. Mancini has it on his tape, playing it to the far side, and up and out. Sorkin chasing after it with Dwan. Dwan will go off for a change. He was out before the rest of his line. Held in at the far side by Kitograd. Put in deep. Stony Brook chasing it on the near side. Sorkin there for the battle, gives it back for Lynn. A shot steered aside by Richardson. Sorkin now down low, trying to feed it up top, taken away by Lavoie. 8 minutes exactly to play in the third. Stony Brook, at this point, have scored 4 unanswered goals. And yes, if you're doing the math, that would mean Farmingdale at one point was leading this game 3-1. If you were wondering when, well, for most of the first period, they were leading 3-1. And for most of the second period, for a solid 8 minutes of the second period, they were leading 3-1. And then Stony Brook started chipping away, 12-22. Michael Rocco got a goal, his second of the game. Then Steven Richardson followed that up at 5:23. And Daniel Sorkin made it a 1-goal game with 12 seconds left in the second period. Then Stony Brook, of course, tie it and extend their lead. Or excuse me, Sorkin was the one who actually tied it up. They take the lead now in the third, looking to kill out the last 7 minutes. Now with some room to operate forward. Rocco with it in the right side. Rocco on the backhand, looking to shovel it past Richardson 5-hole. He'll shut that opportunity down, and we'll take another pause with 7:24 to play in regulation. Edmonds to the face-off, top line out for the Seawolves. Edmonds not going to win it. Good chance for these Rams to clear against the pressure, but Richardson holds it in for now. To Rocco down low. Rocco to Edmonds. Room on net. His shot. Oh, it was a tough angle, but he almost had it. Out in front, and Richardson will stop it again. Stony Brook's assistant coach is giving some claps on the bench right now. Tell them their boys they're doing a good job. Put a different forward unit out there. Both teams fighting for control on the far boards. It's held in the defensive zone for the Rams for a second, but the second pass does clear it ahead to Facette. Facette puts it off the end boards. Barker trying to play it forward. Takes a lot of contact, but does get it to Sorkin. Sorkin somehow still strong on his stick, gets it past the blue line. Sorkin holds up on the near side, feeds it to the opposite, a little too hot for Dwan to handle. Dwan on the back check tries to lift the stick, still allows the shot on goal. It was an easy save, albeit for Guadagno. Now the Seawolves looking for their clear. Barker tying up, players falling down, but the referees don't see a penalty. Stony Brook now with the clear. Sorkin up the center of the ice, giving it over to Gerstein on the left side. Gerstein cutting right, shooting, and that's wide of the goal. Out in front, an empty net was missed by Dwan. And the rebound, they score. Dwan looked up to the sky, but his teammates say, "I got you." As we take a replay of that here on the LI Sports Network, you can see Dwan misses that rebound opportunity, and the Seawolves get that goal. Sorkin didn't make the mistake on the second chance. It was a lucky bounce for him, but isn't that what hockey's all about? Generating your own luck. You can see at the end of that replay as well, Sorkin was pointing to the net, letting Dwan know everything was okay, letting him know that they still scored. Hey, in the stat sheets, that's an assist for Dwan technically, so a point's a point. Save down low. Guadagno deflected high into the air. Juggled around for a second, held in by the Rams. They put it down low on the end boards again. Woodicka trying to send it up top. Woodicka centering pass out in front for danger. Tap down low to the goal line. And the Rams don't get a good quality shot off there. Out in front, tipped wide of the net. Martin at the far side looks for the clear. 5 bodies there, and somehow Stony Brook get it out. Icing in force right now, and the referees will wave it off at the last second. Approaching 5 minutes to play in this period. Stony Brook lead this game by 2. You got to start wondering, not exactly just yet, but wondering when the Rams will pull their goaltender. Stony Brook with another quick and efficient clear. This time it's taken ahead by Brakia. Brakia with some speed, gets his shot blocked. Comes well wide to the left. Referees are calling a penalty right there. Will go against Kitograd, I believe, for boarding. And the Rams will find another power play, a much-needed one, with 5:05 to play in the third. So Kitograd off to the box, 2 minutes for boarding. And we still have an injured Ram down in the left wing corner. I wonder if there will be any discussion from the referees about upgrading this to a major. Obviously, that would last for almost the entirety of the game. As it stands right now, just at 2 minutes. Mancini will help out one of the athletic trainers onto the ice. As we'll take a break here on the LI Sports Network as the fallen Ram will get attended to. So this penalty against Kitograd will stay at 2 minutes. On the power play, not going to start off on the right foot for the Rams as it's quickly cleared out by Gerstein. No shorty in the books for him, and the Rams take it back the other way. Quickly forward, past the blue line. Castellano with it, giving it back to the near side. Baritone to the far side, gets it back at the blue line. Looking to feed it down low, straight through the skates of Dixon. He does wrap around and keeps the offensive possession alive. 1:30 to play in the power play for the Rams. 4:33 in regulation. Baritone with it again. Not with a rush right now, wondering if the ref or the coaches are going to start to say, take more shots. Don't look for the best angles. As I say that puck's going to get deflected out into the nettings. Dixon was looking for a centering pass. It ramps off a stick, and we'll take another face-off. Paratone will take control off the faceoff, walking down the boards, trying to physically keep it in the offensive end. Martin will able to get the clear, joined by Lynn. And Stony Brook will force the Rams into the neutral zone as we hit 4 minutes left. 54 seconds left in the power play. Rams get it past the blue line again. It's wrapped around the boards by Jensen. On the near side, Paratone tries to keep it there. 4 players there trying to dig it out from skates. It looks like Edmonds has the step on everyone right now. Edmonds does poke it past the blue line, and Stony Brook get another clear. Dixon at the near point, takes some punishment from Lynn, gets it in, and it's instantly spit right back out by Mancini. 25 seconds remain in the power play. Stony Brook looking for a big win against the Rams in a cross-division matchup. Dixon now on the near side, past the blue line. Dixon looking for the centering pass, gets the shot off, it's a little too high. Castellano with the opportunity. Puck goes back to the far point. Lena passes it over to Dixon. Power play expiring. The Rams are 5-on-5, and they truly have to start thinking about when's that goaltender, Luke Richardson, going to come out of his post. Puck played back to the blue line. Lena with another shot up high, almost tipped in. Guadagno didn't fully know where it was. At the far side, Richardson another shot, pad save by Guadagno. Sorkin the first one to it. Plays it off the boards and out. Referees wave their arms for icing and then quickly wave it off. Again, 5-on-5 restored. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, all that remains for the Rams. Dangerous pass in front of the net, but Mancini does get it out. Edmonds gives it to the near side. Rocco operating with Sorkin, drops it to Sorkin, across for Edmonds, in the slot, broken up at the last moment, and the Rams do get it past the blue line. Sorkin with a nice back check will allow his team to dump it in again with 2:13 remaining. And that 2-minute mark is usually when coaches make the decision to pull the goaltender. Now the Rams just need possession. Once again, Edmonds interrupts that in his own zone. Lena fighting for it stoutly. Edmonds just sends it in again, and Richardson does the smart thing and shuts down this play, allowing his team to cleanly reset. Maybe think about a strategy right now. And a timeout upcoming. It's exactly what I was thinking about. Richardson allowing his team to take that timeout. Now Farmingdale getting waved over to the bench. So with 1:57, that's all these Rams have to work with. Obviously the game plan is going to come around Richardson getting pulled. But before that, you have to think about what you want your exit strategy to be on this faceoff. For Stony Brook, don't even have to look for shots. I mean, obviously another goal would be nice. It would ice out this game entirely. But if you are Stony Brook, just getting the puck in deep, pinching it around the boards, putting your skate on top of it until the ref tells you to move it, essentially does the same thing. You know, at some point in a hockey game, seconds become more important than goals or any other statistic. Buying time is exactly what you need. So Stony Brook will send out the Lynn line. The lines were changed a little bit. I do want to point that out. Sorkin is now on the line with Edmonds, the captain, and Rocco. Richardson is with Lynn, and it looks like to round it out, Hedegrad. Actually, it's Gerstein to round out that line at the far side. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked. Lynn on the faceoff, tying up. The Rams get it down low. Again, possession is key right now. They send it into the neutral zone. It takes a favorable bounce and allows them to keep it alive. Larson into the offensive end at the right circle, looking for the centering pass. Ramps off a stick, high into the air, and dents out behind the goal. Net is empty now for the Rams as well. Puck to pinch down low. This is exactly what I was talking about for the Seawolves. The referee telling them to move it at this point comes out in front. Stony Brook looking for that empty net, given away, and a centering pass for Lavoie goes to no one. Stony Brook not able to clear just yet. Dixon on another centering pass, hits off the outside of the goal. Comes around, Lavoie with a little bit of space, sends it low again. Dixon after it, collects on his backhand. Puts it down low into the blender. 1:11 left to play in the third. Rams look to feed it to the near point. Paratone with control. His shot a little too high. It was deflected by a couple players out in front. Gerstein looking for the clear, held alive for now, and back into the neutral zone. Paratone is there for it. The Rams will make a couple of changes. Less than a minute to play in regulation. Dixon will stay out on the ice, of course, does lead his team in goals and assists. Paratone, the defenseman, getting into the rush, rifles it around the boards. 40 seconds left. Down low, Jensen plays it on his backhand. The Rams with control. Paratone, D-to-D pass, over, a shot taken. Guadagno with save, and it's deflected to the left wing corner. 30 seconds left in regulation. Net still empty. Gerstein looking to physically push his way forward, and Lavoie says no. Takes control back and gets crunched into the boards. Seawolves with an opportunity to clear. Held in for now. Puck comes to the near side. First one to it is Richardson. Richardson tying it up there. 10 seconds left in the game, and the Seawolves are going to take this matchup for the second time. Stony Brook will win the game at 6-4 as the puck is still in the right wing circle. A little bit of shenanigans after the whistles, but nonetheless, everything will stand as it should. Six to 4, Stony Brook win here on the LI Sports Network. And once again, I hope everyone has a safe night. Stay safe. Don't drive unless you have to. And of course, I will follow my own advice, assuming the weather is as bad as I think it is right now. Who really knows? I'm inside. And with that, have a good night. Stony Brook win 6-4 here on the LI Sports Network.